Dan Thornton. Gonna have to do things a little bit differently today because Lions Talk Live, you know what? We don't have the internet. Some of you may know, you may not know. Southwest Michigan had a big thunderstorm come through last night. And yes, because of that, you do have a lot of people without power. You got a lot of people without internet, etc. So you know what? I'm gonna kind of go old school. When I started Lions Talk Live, I did it from my phone. I did the show on the road sometimes. I did it usually from the Circle K parking lot. I would do it for like 5, maybe 8 minutes or whatever it was, and just kind of talk to people. So I'm gonna put out a little something here today. I'm trying to make the best out of the situation. We had the internet about 10 minutes ago, and then it went out. So talking to most people that just say the big storm that went through Southwest Michigan knocked a lot of things out. All right, we're going to do it a little bit different. Like I said, I'll do it from the phone, do the best I can to read comments, etc. But there won't be an intro. There won't be all the sound effects. There won't be all the other stuff. So real quick, before we get into the 5 headlines now, or at least I'm going to try to do 5 headlines now and everything in between. If you haven't yet subscribed to Lions Talk Live, please consider doing so. Making that march for 13,800 subs, and we'll say 70 subs away from that, or give or take, something like that. Also, if you have a half second of time, reach on down, hit that thumbs up button, hit that like button. As you know, it helps out all content creators exponentially. So if you can go ahead and hit that thumbs up, like button, etc., try to get every episode of the show between 2, 3, 400 or more thumbs up or likes. Last but not least, if you're looking for someone to help work for you when buying or selling real estate, go ahead and give me a call or shoot me a text. 269-998-2384. You need somebody to work for you who's been in the industry for over 30 years, somebody who's going to make sure you're not overcharged by any different entities. I'll do everything I can to work for you in that regard. So go ahead and give me a call, shoot me a text, 269-998-2384. Young Fishing, yeah, and I'll try to get through the comments. I probably won't be able to do quite the job I normally do because I can't scroll back on the phone through the comments. But hey, good to see you guys, and I'll give you. Unfortunately, as I speak, because see the internet's still not out. All right, man, top of the day, we'll for you guys. Rams quarterback Matthew Stafford ready for another, quote, good battle against the Lions in Week 15. It's probably one of the oldest stories out there. Yes, in case you didn't know, Matthew Stafford used to be the quarterback for the Detroit Lions for a gajillion years, got traded about 4 years ago to the Rams, won a Super Bowl in his first year there. After that, he's had some mixed reviews. You know, I'd say this is probably, for Lions fans, it's always going to be fun to beat Matt Stafford, your former quarterback or whatever, but it's probably getting a little bit older as far as, just not as impactful as it once was. Part 4 of the Matthew Stafford versus Jared Goff matchup is a 2025 return for the Detroit Lions to LA to face the Rams. This will mean a Week 15 showdown at SoFi Stadium. This could have a lot of implications because the Rams should be good again in the NFC. They should be battling with the Lions for one of the top seeds in the NFC. And let's face it, it's a battle between expected playoff teams. Stafford, again, going to be one of many strong quarterbacks the Lions face this year. We'll see how much this impacts the NFL schedule, impacts the postseason, the playoffs, etc. But let me know in the comment section, are you kind of over the Goff versus Stafford thing? Do you think it's still a big deal? Do you think it's not? Last year, the season opener, I get it. We all wanted that big win. We got the big win. Thankfully, we got the coin flip at the start of overtime. Marched right down the field, got the win, got out of there. And, hey, Matthew Stafford, once again, was on the wrong side of the scoreboard against the Detroit Lions. All right, Lions have a plan to have free agent addition playing new position in 2025. And I'm trying to do all this while hold the phone here. So sounds like the Lions defensive back Avion Maddox will play more of a safety role for Detroit per different sources, including safeties coach Jim O'Neill. Jim O'Neill, as you guys know, came on as one of the Lions' new positional coaches this year. Primary backups at safety, along with obviously Kirby Joseph. You got Brian Branch. Do you feel better about the position? Do you feel better about the depth, I guess I should say? I would say it's a smart move. He's got some size. He's got some speed. He's got some wheels. This is something we did talk about I feel maybe a month or so ago, once the Lions started signing a gajillion different cornerbacks to the roster. You look down the list of guys they have, there's a lot of depth in the cornerback room. And yes, probably most of them are being groomed to take over, handle some limited capacity perhaps for the safety room. We'll see if that holds true, but it does look like it's where the Detroit Lions are looking to go this year. All right, next to the 5 glorious headlines now. Lions labeled, quote, best fit for $21 million defensive end could form a nightmare duo with Aiden Hutchinson. We keep hearing about Trey Hendrickson, Detroit. You keep hearing that Trey Hendrickson wants out of Cincinnati. You keep hearing that, man, the Washington Commanders are trying to perhaps make a move to go get Hendrickson. Hendrickson talked with ESPN yesterday. Again, had some quotes about communication breakdowns with the Cincinnati Bengals. Could it be that he really does get moved out of there? That is possible. I'd say if Detroit gets him, that would be awesome. But I still think, I know we've been talking about it all week, I do anticipate the Detroit Lions and Zadarius Smith will kind of reemerge a partnership. I think that's just going to take some time out there. Once that happens, if that happens, Trey Hendrickson's probably not coming to Detroit. If they can't get the Zadarius Smith over, then maybe they go after somebody. I just don't foresee this organization. You look at Brad Holmes, his normalities over his time here. I just don't see him giving Trey Hendrickson that bag of cash. So we'll see what shakes out. All right, let's see. Next to the 5 glorious headlines now. Kirby Jones at front 4. You can say the front 7. And yet the secondary still. I did say a day or two ago about Terrion Arnold being considered a bust last year. I strongly disagree with that. Not like a number 13 or something like that. Last year's